Hi everyone. I pray that you are doing well and been having a great week. Today's video devo is called Are You Speaking Life or Death? We're going to be in the book of Proverbs because Proverbs says a lot about speech. As a believer, we should always want to watch our speech. We should want to speak words of life about a situation, people, and so forth. We shouldn't want to speak words of death. And we're going to go into more detail about words of death or words of life look or sound like. Let's start with Proverbs 12 through 15. And as usual, I'll be coming from the New King James Version. The wicked covet the catch of evil men, but the root of righteous yields fruit. The wicked is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous will come through trouble. A man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hands will be rendered to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he who heeds counsel is wise. Whether or not we realize it, but our words are as deeds and do bear fruit. Words can bring satisfaction when they are wise, or disaster when they are unwise. Wicked words will trap a woman or a man. Let's look a little further down in the same book, Proverbs 12, verses 17 to 22. He who speaks truth declares righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is one who speaks like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise promotes health. The truthful lip shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but counselors of peace have joy. No great trouble will overtake the righteous, but the wicked shall be filled with evil. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who deal truthfully are his delight. Words heal a hurt. Piercings contain a nation of the quick thrusting of a sword is fitting for the verb speak. When spoken words cannot be taken back. Jesus said that each man and woman will be accountable for every carelessly spoken word. Jesus is so concerned about careless words. What do you think? He would think of rash words that thrust like a sword. On the flip side, in these verses we can see the wonderful healing power of the words of the wise. Proverbs 12:25 says, anxiety in the heart of man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. Good words help someone want to be a better person, even when life is tough. Yet how uplifting it is in the midst of a trial to hear a word of encouragement. Encouragement stirs up, provokes, and incites people in a given direction. Let's go to Proverbs 16, verse 24. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the bones. Pleasant words or words of life carry healing power in them. For example, you may be fighting a medical condition or feeling unwell, and this can also apply to other areas of our life, like having financial problems and so forth. But when you speak what God says about your situation, or whatever you're going through, that you are declaring that God has a final say, and that you are not going to give in. Now that we have looked at the differences between kind words and words of wickedness, and summed up words of life, let's look at words of death. Go with me, if you will, to Proverbs 26, verses 20 to 22. Where there is no word, the fire goes out, and where there is no talebearer, strife ceases. As charcoal is to burning coals, and wood is to fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. The words of a talebearer are like tasty trifles, and they go down into the inmost body. Destructive words create strife and wound deeply. You cannot estimate the damage that is done by those who deliberately use their speech to harm the reputation of other people. Gossip is a prime example. The negative impact of words said without thinking or with evil intent cannot be underestimated. Some examples are quarrels, deceit, gossip, and lying. Just as a fire goes out when there is no fuel, a quarrel dies down when there is no gossip. Gossip spreads like a fire. It is untamable. Proverbs 11:13 says, get a whole page. A talebearer reveals secrets, but he who is a faithful spirit conceals a matter. That's like saying someone who gossips cannot keep secrets to themselves. They reveal everything they know. But someone who is of God and is a faithful spirit keeps those secrets to themselves, and they keep it concealed. They keep it between them and God. One of the most terrible forms of destruction is gossip. The divulging of a secret by a talebearer or one who goes about in slander is a betrayal of trust. Listening to gossip is just as bad as speaking the gossip. Once the trust is betrayed, the relationship or friendship is on shaky ground. For without trust, you don't have anything. Gossip is one of the biggest ways to ruin friendships and relationships. Just know that God puts gossip with untrusty, unloving, unrighteous, murderers, and haters of God. Proverbs has a lot to say about the way we should communicate. I could go on and on with scripture. Overall, we're to be mindful of our words and control our tongue. Our words can build people up and tear people down. Our words can build up situations, or we can tear down our situations. There's so much going on in the world that is evil. we shouldn't want to add to it in our personal lives. Let's speak life about people and situations. You'll be surprised about what a huge difference it will make, not only in your life, but in the lives of those around you. Until next week, take care and God bless.